Welcome back guys, hope you're all doing great. In this video we are going to discuss about how to create this nice dashboard designed by using ReactJS, and we are going to create this project completely from the scratch and we are going to deploy it in the Firebase. So if you have a look at this project, you can see it's having this nice hover effect, and when you're changing the link, that means your navigation link, it's changing the active class, and it's having this nice card with images, and it's having nice hover effect for your drop down menus. And this it's completely responsive, it supports all kind of screens, and this is how it looks in the desktop, and this is how it looks in your tablet screens. And when you change it to mobile screen view, this is how it looks in the mobile screen view. It's completely responsive. If you are learning ReactJS for first time, and this video is for you, learn how to use ReactJS and hooks and function components, everything briefly, and let's create this project from the scratch. Let's build it and deploy it. So without wasting your time, let's get started. Okay then, so first of all you need Node.js to get started. So if you don't have Node.js, so open up your browser and navigate to their official website and install the Node.js. So go for the recommended version, so that it's a stable version without any bugs, without we don't need to get unwanted errors, right? So always install this recommended version. So once it gets done, open up your command prompt, then navigate to your desired folder. So let me navigate to my editing and YouTube and React projects. So in this place we are going to create the React project. So let's write the command to create the React project: npx create react app, and type your project name without any space or uppercase anything: YouTube marketplace dashboard. Okay, so this might take a while, so sit tight and be patient until it gets done. So let me pause my video and then I'll join you back once it gets done. Okay then, so now my React project is created. So let's get open up our React project in the Visual Studio Code, CLS and CD YouTube marketplace dashboard, and open it in the Visual Studio Code. Here we go. So before getting started, you need to install few plugins to work much faster in ReactJS. So go up to the extension tab and search for React, and you can find this ES React Redux. Click it and install this snippet. So this will really helpful to work much faster in the React. And you need to install this prettier code formatter. So this is really helpful to format your code, and it's really useful in lots of cases. Okay, so then open up. So we having all the node modules, all the necessary node modules, and we having the public folder, it's having all the index file and all those things. And inside the source we having the app.js, index.js, index.css. So don't worry about this. So if you open up the index.js, so this is our DOM element, and this is where our app, this is the app initially it gets loaded. And let's open the app.js. Inside the app.js you can see they're having the header and the image and all those things. So let's fire it up and let's see how it looks. So open up your integrated terminal and then start up your ReactJS. So before getting started, if you click the package.json, you can see all the dependencies and whatever the dependencies are installed so far. And this is the scripts which is really happening, really used to build or test or to start your project. So we are going to run this project. So let's run it by using npm run start. So this will fire up your deployment server, and that will load your ReactJS in the browser. and let's see, that will run your ReactJS in a localhost, and this is that port it's running now currently, localhost 3000, and this is the app component which is currently loaded. If you open up your app.js, and you can see this is the image and the anchor link, everything over here. So we are going to create everything from the scratch of this. So what we need to do, first, we don't need anything inside the app, so let me delete the header first. I don't need anything, and the app.css, let me delete everything inside the app.css. And first, open up your index.js and go to top of all and star, margin 0, padding 0, box sizing border box. So this will remove all the unwanted spaces in the your body tag. Okay, so first you need to do, I need to create this menu container. So let's break it out. So we can break this menu container as one division and this complete right section as a one division. So let's bring up the menu first. So I'll create a new folder called components. So always keep the components everything in a separate folder. That will like create a organized project so that we can don't mess it up. So create a new folder, and inside this components folder I'm going to create a new file called menu.js, and the CSS which supports this file, that's going to be menu.css. So if you want, we can create a separate CSS file for each and every component, but I'm not going to create a separate CSS file for every component. I'll use the parent CSS file for each child components. Okay, so now I'm going to create a menu.css for this menu component, and as I said previously, I asked you to install the React snippets. So just you need to write rfce, so that will build the React function component. So inside this menu, what we are going to have, we are going to create nothing. So first we need to fix the app.css, app.js. So I need to import that menu, import menu from components.menu. It's automatically picked up that component and it's imported. So next what we need to do, we need to load that menu inside here. So menu and close that component. So now our component is loaded successfully. If you go and check your browser, right click and inspect, and if I expand the body tag, this is the, as I said, the root DOM element, and inside here we having that app class, and here we having that div. This is that empty div which we created in the menu.js. So everything is loading perfectly. So then what we need to do is, I need to go to app.js, app.css. First I need to bring this entire app.division completely for full screen. Then we need to move on for our menu.js. So go to app.js and copy this class and .app. So this is going to use width as 100% and height as 100 VH. Okay, so I need to give a background color. So background, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this background color. So click it and copy this color code. So this is a Power Toys. If you search for Power Toys window 10, it's a tool, a Microsoft Power Toys tool, which is really useful to pick as a color picker tool. It's really useful, so go ahead and click and install that one. And now let me copy it and close this, and I'll paste it over here. And we have the nice background color, so we don't want any overflow in it. So overflow hidden. There we go. So then what we need to do, we are going to keep two components. One is our menu and another one is this container, and it's going to be in the same row. For that we need to make it display flex. Okay, So now let's move on to our menu.js. Let's have a look over here. What are we having? We having on logo, and we having few and different icons. Everything is same. We are just loading icons and we having the same hover effect. Okay, so let's load this image first. So what we need to do, we need to load that image first. So inside here I'm going to name this, instead of menu division I'm going to use menu. Okay, and here I'm going to load that image. Okay, so before using that image we need to import that image. So import, we need to copy that image folder. So I already have that image folder over here, and I'm having all the necessary images on this project. Okay, you can download these images from the description box. I already give a link in the description box, so go ahead and download this images and everything, or you can use your own image as you prefer. So let me copy this folder and I'll bring it up to my source folder. Keep it inside the source folder. So now we have all the images as we needed. Okay, so I need to bring up the logo which is inside this folder. You can see we having the logo.png. I need to bring up this logo. So import, and I'll give a name as logo from /images/ logo.png. Then instead of using double quotes, here open up the object and give that object name logo. So that will load your image over there. Okay, so then what we need to do, we need to load all the icons, everything. So first we'll fix the background, then we can go for these icons and everything. So let me fix the width for the menu first. Copy this menu tag and paste it over here. So this menu is going to use a fixed width that is going to be 100 pixels, and height is always going to take the 100%, and the background color it's going to be, let me copy the background color, copy it and paste it. What happened? Maybe because the app.css, oh my goodness, I forgot to import the menu.css. That's why it's not working. So import the single quotes /menu.css. Save the changes and see we having that background with some specific width and height. Okay, so now let's fix this image which is inside the menu image. Okay, so inside the menu we having only one image tag, and that image it's going to be width 3 eminent points, and here we go. Okay, and then I need to bring it from the top, so padding top 30 pixels. So all these content, everything, if you see here, they are perfectly aligned in the center of this width. So what I need to do, I need to go to my menu tag and I need to write a few. So display flex. So if I give display flex, it will become like this, and everything will be in the same row. I need to keep everything in a column direction. So flex direction column, then it will become normal. So then we bring up everything in the center, align item center, and you can see now everything is in the center position. And this menu is having some nice shadow effect, so that box shadow 0 pixels in x-axis, 0 pixel in y-axis, and 20 pixels blur effect RGBA 0.4. Okay, now you can see it's having this nice shadow effect. After this, what we need to do, we need to move on to the next section, that is your icon. Okay, So if you have a look, everything is the same thing, so we don't want to do everything again and again and again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a child component which is inside the menu component itself, and it's going to take the icon as a prop. So prop is nothing but it's a property for a component. So we are going to create a child component called icon. So const icon, open it, and this is going to take a prop called icon. After this, we are going to open the function component. Oops, whatever. And inside here we are going to create an li tag, and inside the li tag we are going to have an anchor tag which is going to be nothing, no link, and this is going to take the icon as a property, as a prop itself, and it's going to print the icon itself. Okay, so this is a child component and we can use it inside over here. So after this, what we are going to do is we are going to create two ul tag. This is one and this one. So ul, and this is going to be our main menu, so hash main menu. Inside this ul tag I'm going to use that icon self closing tag, and that it's going to use the icon prop. So now we need icons. For using icons, we have an awesome package called React Icons. So click it and copy this command and open up your terminal and paste it. So make sure that you are inside your project folder and paste it. Click to copy, paste it, and install it. So it will be installed. In the meanwhile, we can go to the if you can go through this website and you can choose what package you are going to use, box icons, font awesome, all these available icons are here. I'm going with font awesome. You can see you can use all these icons. All you just need to copy this line and paste it in the component. So first let me copy it and paste it inside my component, and I need a very few icons. Like I can search that icon name, you can go through and you can choose your own icon. So I'm just going to choose this one, delicious, copy it and paste it over here. Then I need shopping cart, this one, paste it. Then I need wallet, this one. Then I need chart line, yes, this one. And I need reg clock, yes, this one. And I need cog, where it is not this one, yeah, here it is, this one. And I need sign out, alt, this one. All these icons I need it. So let me import everything over here. So now what we need to do, it throws an error, so don't worry about the error. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to pass the icon over here. So let me pass the icon. First icon is going to be this one. Okay, so that will take the icon property itself, and if you check it whether it's working fine or not, it's compiling and it's done, no errors. And here we go, we have the nice icon over here. So then copy it and paste it few more times, 6 times, and copy and replace everything. Shopping cart, wallet, chart line, clock, wallet, chart line, clock. Okay, and then these two, it's for next ul tag. We have all those things over here, and I need to create one more ul tag, and inside that we are going to have, and let me name this class name as, let's say, last menu or something, and copy this one more time, and inside this UL tag paste it. So that's why we are creating a reusable component, so we don't need to do it again and again. So if I write a styles for this one alone, it will do this rest of the things. The rest of all the component will follow the same. Okay, so now let's get started for your main menu. So what we need to do, we need to target the UL tag which is inside the menu UL. This first I need to take the padding effect from here. So let's say padding top 30 pixels. Okay, and then what you need to do, with 100%, it should take this complete width. Then you need to make a display flex and make sure that they change to column direction, otherwise this what happens. So flex direction column and align the items in the center, and we need to target the UL li tag which is inside the UL tag. We need to make sure first we need to get rid of this list style, so list style none, and we need to add some margin 20 pixels 0 pixels, so it will add some margin space between each li tag. After this we need to make sure that the relative position, that the li tag it's using the relative position. Then so let me close this, we don't need, we can open up the terminal later. And the color, it's going to be, what is that color? It's bringing up the hover, so let me type it by manually. Hash 8C8A95. This is going to be the color. Okay, then with 100% text align center. Okay, so then what we need to do, we need to target the anchor tag which is inside the li, copy it. We are having the anchor tag inside of it. Okay, so font size 24 pixels, and the color, it's not taking over there, so we can write it inside the anchor tag, so we don't need this unwanted space. Now I hope it will change the color. Here we go, it changes the color. Then what we need to do, we need to remove that text decoration for the anchor tag, so decoration none, and I'll make the transitions all 0.3 seconds. Okay, then we will add some before event for your anchor tag, before. Okay, so I made the position relative for li tag, not for the anchor tag. Make sure that you add the relative position for your li tag, because this anchor tag should be always related to your li tag. It chooses the relative position as the li. Then only when you're making the position absolute for your anchor tag, it will go and target your li tag. Position absolute and content nothing. Okay, make sure that you added this content nothing, otherwise you can't see your before or after element. So this is going to be top 0 and left 0. Width is going to be 20 pixels. Height is going to be 20 pixels, and background is going to be hash B11470. Okay, so when you see, you have this nice box. When I add this relative position to my anchor tag, see what's happening, it's very close to your anchor tag. We don't want that, So that's why I added the position relative to li tag. So this absolute will be always related to the li tag. Then now we are going to create this nice circle shape just like that. What we need to do, we just need to do as a border radius 50%. So that will gives you this nice circle shape. I need to, from the left, I need to move it further inside, so minus 10 pixels. Now it looks perfect, and from the top we need to move 5 pixels. Here we go, they are in center. Okay, so I don't want this width, so width is going to be 0 pixels so far. It is not this visible. When I'm hovering it, I need to make it visible. So what I need to do when I'm hovering it, so menu li, copy it. When I hover it, hover, I need to bring up that before width as 20 pixels. Let's see, it's working fine. Okay, and in the same way I need to change the color of my anchor tag. Color, let's say the same color, copy it, not columns, color, and paste it. Here we go. Now the color, everything is changing, but we don't have the transition effect for your before even. So transition all 0.3 seconds. Now you can see that we're having the nice transition effects for your hover. So then what we need to do is, so we need to change the active class as well, right? When I'm clicking it, it should change the, that means this menu is currently active. You should be notified which menu is active. For that, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to copy this li tag, copy it, dot active. When it's active, it's going to use the same color, and when it's active, the before event, it's going to be with 20 pixels and 20 pixels. Okay, so now let's see how to change this active menu when I'm clicking it. So that's where we are going to use a hook which is called use effect. So just you need to import this package. You need to import this hook called use effect. This one. So use effect is a hook provided by the React, and this is this will be whatever which is inside this hook will be rendered, so will be executed whenever your component is re-rendered. That means whenever it gets re-rendered, this use effect will be executed. So right after here, when you open the function component, right over here, I'm going to use that use effect. Use effect, open it, and use the arrow6 function. After this, pass an empty array. Open it. Right over here, I'm going to get all the li tag which is exactly inside our this function component, everything. Okay, but I'm not going to take every li tag. I'm just going to target only these li tag. Okay, so what I need to do, I'm just going to select this id and then const main menu li equals, okay, so document dot get element by id, open it and give your id name. In this id, whatever the li tag which is inside it, so query selector all the li tag which is inside it, we'll select it and we'll save it over here. And let's see console.log main li, and let's see what's happening. Now if I right click and click inspect elements and I go to console, and here we go, you can see all the li tag. That means when it gets refreshed, your use effect will be get executed, and you can see all the li tag which is inside your main menu ul tag. Okay, so now our hook is working perfectly and we don't need this console log anymore. Let me delete it. So now what I need to do is I need to add an event, like a click event for this each and every li tag inside it. So main menu li. Okay, so dot for each element inside it, we are going to create a click event. So n dot add event listener, open it, and inside it, this event, what is the event listener we are going to create? We are going to create click event. So click, we're going to create a click event. Whenever I'm clicking it, I need to call a function called change active. So this is a function I'm going to call. Okay, so now if you save it, it will throw an error that this function is undefined or something. So first let's create this function, and right above here I'm going to create a function. So function, open it and create it. So now it will not throw any error because we're having that function, but this function does nothing. So what I need to do is, first I need to remove all the active menus. Whenever I'm clicking something, first I need to remove the active, then I need to add active for that particular element. That's what we are going to do. So main menu li dot for each n, that means element. So n dot from that class list dot remove, we are going to remove the active class first. So we are removing active class from the all the li tag, then we are adding this dot class list dot add active. Make sure they are spelled same, copy it and paste it over here. It should spell the same. And now let's see, when I click it, see, it's active now. When I click this, this is active now. Now it's working perfect. So our hook is working perfect and our active menu is changing perfect. Okay, so next what we need to do, we just need to move this ul tag to the further bottom. If you have a look at it, see, it's over here. So what I need to do is, for that, it's very easy. You just need to open up your menu and copy this. All I need to do, dot last menu margin top auto. So that will push that complete division to the bottom perfectly. Okay, so then what I need to do is I need to make this component responsive. When I'm making it mobile screen, okay, when I'm making it mobile screen, so let me make it mobile screen like 500 pixels or something, reduce it. Okay, so once it reaches like this mobile screen view, what I need to do is I need to make it completely responsive. So at media, we need to write the media query at media only screen, and that screen should have the maximum width. If it's having the maximum width of 525 pixels, then what I need to do, I need to target the menu tag and I should fix the minimum width as 68 pixels. So make sure that you added the minimum width, because in future we are going to add few components over here and that will shrink your menu width. So I don't want to do that. That's why I'm fixing the minimum width. Let's see, what is it having over here? Where is it? Menu. Here it is. See, that style is applied. Now it's having 68 pixel. If I don't have it, Is it working or not working? I'm not sure. Yeah, if the style is showing over there, then that means it's working perfectly. If I'm expand it, still it's looking same. Is there any mistakes over here? At media, let me remove this only tag. Let me check one more time. Nope, that's not a problem. Wait. Hash important. Nothing is happening. Is it working or really not working? Yeah, it's working, because even if I'm trying to reduce the even if I'm trying to reduce it, it's not reducing because it's taking the minimum width as 68 pixels. That's why it's working. So all I need to do, I just need to add the width as 68 pixels. I thought it's not working. Now it will work. So actual width of that is 68 pixel, and the minimum width it can take is 68 pixel only. I'm sorry, my bad. Now it's working. Okay, so if you see, it's working. For less than 525 pixels, it looks like this. Above that, it looks like this. So our menu, it's now responsive. So now what we need to do, so now our menu container, it's done. All you need to do is you need to focus on the next section. What is our next section? That is our container section. So let's create a new component called container.js, and we'll create a new CS file called container.css. Let me close our menu.js and menu.css. We don't need it anymore, and I don't need this app.css anymore. Let me close those things, and now we need to create a function component for this, that RFC. Oh, not in the CSS file. Now let's import the CSS. Import container.css. Make sure the spelling is correct, or copy it and paste it. And let's load this container over here. Container. So either import it and type it over here, or directly type it, it will import automatically. And make sure that it's imported the perfect container what we needed. Okay, so now it's loaded, and inside this container, if you have a look, we can break it into two components, like top container and bottom container. So now let's bring up the top. Okay, so inside this container you can break it into two container. So let's give a class name as container, and inside this we are going to break it another two more divisions. So before going it into much deeper, so let's fix this container first, then we can go it into much deeper for your containers and all those things. Okay, so first I need to add the styles for it. Where it is, here it is. So save the changes, copy it, and then paste it over here. And what you need to do is this container, when it's viewing on the desktop view, I need to remove this width. So I need to remove this 100 pixel and I need to take the complete width. So width, I'm going to calculate the width, that I'm going to remove the 100 pixels from the menu, and I'm going to take the remaining all the width which is available. So that's why I'm using the calc function. Okay, then let's, for instant, currently I'm giving as height as 100%, and let's see background as red, and see, this is how it looks. Okay, it's perfect. What we need to do, we don't need this background color anymore, and I don't need the height anymore. Height will be automatically adjusted in because of the inside elements, everything. So padding, let's give padding 20 pixels in all the corner, but specifically from the top, padding top 30 pixels, because that should match this space. Okay, padding in all corners 20 pixel, not for the top, except the top it will takes all corners as 20 pixels, top will take 30 pixels. Okay, so now let's create two more components, that is called, first one, top container.js. okay, this is, and create this, and we load this inside our container, top container.js. okay, I'm not going to create a separate CSS file for it. I'm going to create everything inside of our parent container itself. Okay, and this is going to use a class name called top container. What's the class name it's going to use? It's going to use the class name called top container. Okay, let's see inside the top container what are we having. Inside this top container we having input box section, and we having the profile section, two sections. Okay, two main sections. So let's create the two main sections. What is the first section? As I said, input section. So let's give it as input box. Inside the input box, what are we having? We having one complete input tag, and we having one icon. So let's bring up one input tag. That's type is going to be text, and placeholder, you can see, what are the placeholder that we having? Search item and collections. Okay, so now this will work. After this, I need to bring up the icons. So I'll go to React icons, which we already installed, and I'll go for box icon now, copy it and paste it over here. And this time I'm going to use search icon. I'm going to use this one specifically, and here create an icon tag. Inside the icon tag I'm going to have it. Okay, so that will brings our icon. Here we having our icon. I hope so you can watch it clearly. You can see that, see, we having our icon over here. Then what we need to do, we don't need this magnifier anymore. Okay, so now let's write some styles for it first, then we can go for our profile section. Okay, so, or we'll finish the framework first, then we can go for the styling. So this is the input box. The next thing is our profile section. So let's take our profile section. Inside this profile section, what are we having? We having on icon, and we having on image box, and we having on name, and this icon, and this drop down button, some series of divisions. Okay, so let's bring it up. So dot profile container. So for sometimes you don't get this like that emmet abbreviations. It's because what you need to do is, so this is really helpful for creating a division HTML tags much faster. So what you need to do is, you just need to search for your settings, open up your UI settings, and here click over here. That will open up your JSON. and copy this that emmet include languages like JavaScript React and TypeScript React. So this will brings up the emmet abbreviation in the React. Otherwise you can't that emmet abbreviation is not available for the React. So add this line in the settings.json. So open up your settings, then click over here and go to settings and add it in the last line. Okay, that will brings up that emmet abbreviation. So I'll copy these lines and paste it in the description box. You can copy it from there. Okay, inside the profile container what we need to do, first of all we need to have one icon. So let me create one icon. So i.profile icon inside not division i.profile icon. Inside this we need to bring up a bell icon. So here bell icon will not looks much in box icon, so I'm going font awesome, copy it and paste it. Then I'll search for bell, copy this bell, paste it over here and paste it over here too. That will create the bell icon. Then after this bell icon we need to bring up the profile image. So profile image, currently I leave this division as empty, later we can add the image inside. Then what we need to do is we need to bring up the name. So paragraph tag, so p dot profile name. Inside this paragraph tag we are going to have that name. So currently I'm just giving Olivia Christine. Then what we need to do, we need to bring up again an icon, that's a chevron icon. So icon and let's say menu chevron, and inside this we are going to bring up, and it's going to have an ID called chevron menu, the same class name as the ID name, you can use it. Then we need to bring up the chevron icon, chevron. If you search for this one, we need this one, copy it and paste it here as well. Save all the changes. Now you can see how it looks. It looks not good, we'll fix it. Copy this top container and go to your container and paste it over here. So dot top container. First we need to bring up everything in a single row. So display flex, that will bring up everything in a single row. Now they are in a single row. Now we need to adjust the space between them. So justify the content space between, that will push to the right corner. Then align the item in the center. Now they are in a center position. Then what we need to do, we need to target the input box, this one. So dot top container, copy this input box, dot input box, and let's say we can take the width as 350 pixels. Okay, and the maximum width is going to be 350 pixels only. Then you can say height as 45 pixels, and you can say position as a relative position, and you can give a background and check how it looks. This is how it looks. Okay, so that is enough. Then copy this, and inside here we having an input tag, and that input tag should take the 100% of its parent element, like this. Then the height as well, 100%, just like this. Then what we need to do, we need to add some background color. So background hash 19162C, like this. So we need to remove that border none, outline none. So now we don't have unwanted border and unwanted outline. Then what we need to do is we need to reduce their border radius. So border radius as 0.5 em. That looks perfect. And let me bring up some shadow effects so that I can see them very clearly. So box shadow, 0 pixels in x-axis, 0 pixel in y-axis, 20 pixel in blur effect, and RGBA 0, 0, 0, 0.4. And that will gives you nice shadow effect behind that input box. I'm sorry. Then what we need to do, we need to change the color and size of this text. See, it looks black. What we need to do, we'll change the color. So color is going to be hash D0 CFD4. Okay, that will gives you this nice color, and let me increase the font size a little bit. Font size of it, you can say 16 pixels. Let's see. Okay, that's perfect. Then what we need to do, we need to bring up this further forward. So let me move it a little bit. So padding, so top and bottom I'm not going to move it, so 0 pixels, and left and right I'm going to make it 40 pixels. So over here I'm going to keep this particular icon. So before moving to that, let's fix this placeholder color. So copy this input and use the placeholder element and change the color as hash 757380, just like this. Okay, and then we can target our input element, that means our icon which is inside this input box. Copy it and paste it. So we are going to make it position as an absolute, then that will be over here. Then what we need to do, top 0 and bring it left 0. Now it's over here. So for this, what I'm going to do is I need to make it perfectly fit in the center. So instead of adjusting the positions, what I'm going to do is I'll change the color first, then I'll show you. 757380. Okay, then I'll make the font size as 20 pixels. That's perfect. We'll make the width as 40 pixels. So 40, why I'm choosing the 40 pixel is because I added the padding as a 40 pixels, so I'm choosing the width as a 40 pixels. So I need to fill this 40 pixel space. So 40 pixels, and height it's going to be 45 pixels. Why it is 45 pixels? Because it's taking this height, 45 pixels. Then text align center. Now it's in center and we need to bring it vertically, so line height center. Line height not center, 45 pixels. Now that will makes your content perfectly in the center position instead of adjusting or using flexbox. This is very easy to make your icon center. Now our input box is done. So what I need to do, I need to straightly move on to our profile container. So let's fix this icon. Okay, copy the profile container and then paste it over here. That means inside the top container we having that profile container. So first we need to bring everything in the same row, so display flex, just like that. Then we need to make it justify content everything in the center and align the items in the center, just like this. Okay, now what we need to do, I need to change, let me change the color first so that I can see them clearly first. So color has hash D0 CFD4. Now I can see them much clearly. Now we need to make this position as a relative. Then what we need to do is we need to target our icon first. Let's target our profile icon. So top container dot profile container dot profile icon. Width is going to be 40 pixels, height is going to be 40 pixels, then background is going to be hash 19162C. Let's see how it looks. It's having that, if you watch it closely you can see that it's having this nice background. And then what we need to do is we need to bring up that icon to the center. So before that, let me add border radius as 6 pixels for it, or we can say 0.5 eminent point. That's good. Then what we need to do is we need to add some shadow effect, box shadow, like same 0 pixels, 0 pixels, 20 pixels, RGBA same color. Then we need to bring up the text in the center location. It's in center now, and line height 40 pixels. That will bring up vertically center. Perfect. Then what I need to do is I need to make the font size. So font size is 18 pixel. 18 pixel is more than enough, and I make this position as relative. So why I'm making this icon a position as a relative, it's because I need to create this small circle. So I'm going to use the before element for this icon, so I'm making the icon as a position relative itself. So open this and make the position as absolute and make the content as nothing, because we are not going to load any content. Top 0 pixels so far, and right 0 pixels so far. And let's create width as 8 pixels, height as 8 pixels. So this for that very tiny circle, right? So this much of box is more than enough. So background hash B11470. If you see, and here we go, we have that perfect star icon. But why it's moving further forward? Oh my goodness, I need to add it before we forget to add that one. That's why. Yeah, here we go. We have that icon, and we can see that it's having a very small box over there. Okay, we need to make it border radius 50%, so that will create a circle. We need to bring it exactly over here. So what I need to do, from the right I'm going to move it further inside, like 10 pixels. That's perfect. Then from top, how much? 5 pixels. Oops. Save it, and let's see. I think this is more than enough, so I'm okay with it. Okay, that's perfect. So now let's move on to our next thing inside our profile container. That's our profile image. So copy this one completely and paste it over here, and copy this and paste it over here. So inside our profile container we having the profile image, so we need to make that. So width is going to be 40 pixel, and height it's going to be 40 pixels. Okay, let's add some background color so that you can see them. So red, you can now see it clearly, and we need to make some margin. So margin, top and bottom I'm not going to move anything 0 pixel, but left and right I'm going to move 10 pixels. Now it's having this nice margin and space between them. Then border radius 50%, like this. We have this circle shape now. Okay, then what we need to do, I don't want any overflow out of the circle. Okay, then box shadow, same 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 20 pixel, RGBA, the same color. Okay, now let's bring up the image. If I am adding image inside this, that image should always take object fit as cover, not contain cover. and width it should always 100%, and height it should take always 100%. Now let's load the image inside here. So import, what is the image we can use? So I can use okay, I can choose this one. So let's say women, and from where double dot slash image slash, what is the file name, woman dot jpg, and copy this and write inside this division. Let's import the image tag, delete it, open it, and paste it. And let's see what is showing. Woman is not imported. It's from there only, right? Why it's showing? Oops, I'm sorry, we don't need this bracket, that's why it's showing error. Yeah, here we go. We have that nice image over here, and we'll remove that background color. Okay, so now we're having that image perfectly over here. Then we'll move on to our name. So then copy this and dot top container dot profile container dot profile name. So this profile name, it's going to use the font family as Roberto. So for that we need to import the font family. So I'm going to use the extension called Google Fonts. Google Fonts. If you search for it, this is the one I'm using for importing the Google Fonts. So open up your index.js file where it is import.js. So control home. Actually we don't need to import the Roberto, so we already having the font which is by default inside the React. So I'm going to use font family Roberto sans serif. I thought we need to import that from Google Fonts, so we don't need it. So that will change the font. Then font weight 500, that's enough. Then font size, let's say 12 pixels. Oops, that's too small. 14 pixels, that's good. Let's increase the font weight a little bit, then 600, that's good enough. Okay, now it's ready. Then we need to write for this icon, copy this dot top container dot profile container dot menu chevron. So this is going to use the cursor pointer, and font size, let's say 12 pixels, and margin, let's say 0 pixels and 10 pixels. That's it. We successfully created this exactly same profile section, except this hover menu option. When, if you notice here, when I'm hovering it, the icon is changed, it's rotated to the top, and you can see we have this nice profile drop down menu, and when I'm moving out, it's moving out. So how we can create it? When I'm hovering it, it's coming it. When I'm moving out, it's moving out. So what I need to do, we need to create a profile container first, just like that. So for that, move back to your top container. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to create that profile container. So for that, just a second, let me, yeah, here it is. So what we need to do is, so right after this icon, after here, we need to create a menu container. So dot menu container, and we'll have an ID as exactly same menu container. Okay, so then inside this we are going to have a UL tag, and inside this UL tag I'm going to have this that li tag. So web design, copy and paste it few more times, web design, and you can say UI and UX, and you can say form design, and you can say UI design again, like this. So that will display like this, so we don't want to display it like that. So copy it. So we already make our profile container as a relative position, right? Where it is, yeah, see, our profile container is a relative position. If I'm making it absolute, the menu container will follow that profile container. So top container dot profile container dot menu container. So first what we need to do, we need to make this menu container as a position, absolute position. So position absolute. Then we need to move towards the right side. Once it's made, it's in the top of all these elements, so I need to move it to right. So right, from the right, not very close to right, so 10 pixels. We have some space over here, right, like that. Then what we need to do, we need to, from the top I need to move it further. So from the top, let's say 60 pixels. Whoa, that looks way too bottom. Let's say 50 pixels. So no problem, later we can adjust it once we are having that background color and everything. So background hash 19162C. It's having that background color, but it's not looking, we can't see it, not that much great. What I need to do is we add some padding effect and everything, it looks much better. So after the background, let's add the border radius 0.5 eminent points. After that, we'll make the width, we'll fix the width, that's 180 pixels. Now we can see that something. Okay, then we can add the box shadow 0 pixels, 0 pixels, 0 pixels, 20 pixels, RGBA. Okay, now we can see something is over there, right? That's good. Then what we need to do is we need to bring up we need to bring this thing should be above all the layers, so z index 1. Then what I need to do after this, I'll target the UL tag which is inside it. UL. So first, it should take the width as 100% and height 100%. Okay, then we need to target the li tag which is inside this UL tag, li tag. Okay, and let's say list style. First we'll remove that shape, this one. Now it's gone. Then what we need to do, then margin, we need to move only the top and bottom also, top and bottom 5 pixels 5 pixels. So don't worry, because later we add some padding effects also, that's why I'm giving 5 pixels 5 pixels. And width 100%. Then padding 10 pixels top and bottom, 20 pixels left and right, like this, see. And then cursor pointer. Okay, see, now we have that cursor effect over there. Then what we need to do, we'll make the color as hash 757380. That's a light text, because when I'm hovering it I'll make the changes. So text align, it should always in the left, not center, in the left. Okay, so now when I'm hovering it, what I need to do, when I'm hovering it, li hover, need to change the background color of the li tag first. Hash 121026. See, it's changing. And I need to change the color. Hash F1 F1 F1. Here we go. But too fast, we'll add some transitions. So transitions 0.3 seconds. There we go. Now we have that nice transition effects. Okay, so our li tag and this drop down icon, everything is perfect except this top notch. If you see over here, we're having a notch over here. See, we're having this notch effect. So to create that, what we need to do, okay, so make sure that you copy this one, copy it, and then right after here, before, make that position absolute. Okay, make that position as an absolute position, and you can say instead of before we can create an after, because that's make once this it's created, we need to create this one. So after, so content nothing, and width it's going to be 10 pixels, and height it's going to be 10 pixels, and background color I'm going to create exactly as it is the same color, 19162C. okay, now you can see it's over here, but instead of that, what I'm going to do is top 0 pixels, and from the right I need to move further inside, so 15 pixels. Okay, so it's over here right now because we can't see. That's because of the top position. So what I'll do, I'll make it -5 pixels. Now we can see it over here. All we just need to rotate it a little bit. So I'm just going to transform as, and then rotate 45°. And now you can see we have that nice notch effect. Okay, so if I change the color, background color, so that you can see it clearly, see, we can see that very clearly now I'll change it back. Okay, so our notch is perfectly done and it's perfectly fitted. So all we need to do, what we are going to do is, I'm just going to move this outside of the screen, because when I'm hovering it, I need to bring it back inside. That's what we needed. So what I need to do is here, transform, translate x, translate NAX. I need to move 300 pixels outside. Now it's gone. Okay, so because when I make it 0 pixels, it will be back. Okay, if I'm making 300 pixels, it's gone. So what we are going to do is, we are going to unhover. That means on hovering it, I need to bring it. So we can't write hover effect for that chevron icon, because that both are in a different divisions. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to write mouse enter and mouse leave event. This one, mouse enter event, mouse enter event, this specific event. That means when we are enter into that mouse enter event, we need to trigger a function. That's what we are going to do. Okay, so go here, and then when I'm moving my mouse over here, copy it. So let's change this chevron and close this. Where is the chevron, menu chevron, cursor pointer? Yeah, it's already done. So copy this. Yeah, this one. Copy this, and let's destructure it and use effect, import use effect. And after this, we are going to use the use effect hook, open it, and open an arrow6 function and pass an empty object. Okay, inside this, first I need to select this chevron and this menu container. So const menu target is equals, that's a variable name, you can create whatever name you want. So document dot get element by id, I am fetching this particular id, and in the same way I'm going to take the menu container as well. Okay, so now we having the both menu container and as well as our menu chevron. So all I need to do is I just need to take this menu target and I'm going to create menu target dot add event listener. So when mouse enters this, mouse enter that division, mouse enter, we need to trigger a function. So let's say console dot hi, oh sorry, console dot log hi, and we are going to copy it one more time and we are going to paste it. When the mouse leave, we are going to say bye. Let's say it's working fine or not. Inspect console, clear it, we don't want it menu. Okay, now console is empty. If I'm moving my mouse inside, you can see it's saying hi. When I'm moving out, it's saying bye. Inside, outside, inside, outside, it's working perfectly. Now if I go here, what I need to do, when I'm moving it, I need to bring it that transform effect. So what I need to do with, initially the menu container transform position, it's 300 pixels, so we need to make it 0 pixels now. So that means menu container dot style dot transform is equals rotate. So let me copy it from here, not rotate, translate x, copy it and paste it over here. Instead of 300 pixels, we are going to make 0 pixels. Bingo, now it's coming in, and if you check it out, it's coming too fast. See, we need to make some changes for it. For that, what I'm going to do, transition. Okay, so I'm going to apply some transition effect on the transform. So transform, copy it and paste it. 0.3 seconds is, let's see, still it's not looking good. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this cubic bezier. If you search for cubic bezier, the first official website, so just play around over here. So let's say 17. Okay, so 17 and 17 length. So adjust this and you can see how it's looking. If I click go, so at the end it's coming very slow, so I can adjust it a little bit. Okay, so just play around here and create your nice own cubic bezier for this transition effects. So I'm just going with my default value, so cubic bezier 0.17 comma 0.81 comma 0.38 comma 1.39. so that will gives me a nice, see, like a shake effect. Once it comes in, it's shake a little bit. Okay, so now let's add that mouse leave event, because every time I need to refresh it. So when I'm leaving it, I need to make this change again to 300. Okay, see, problem is, this is the problem. See, when I'm moving it, Once I leave it, it's moving back, so we should avoid that. So instead of that, menu target, instead of targeting that icon, I'm going to add this event for my menu container. See, it will comes in, and once why it's still moving? It's not supposed to move anymore. Menu container, yeah, now it's stay put. So until when I move inside and select anything, and see, now if I come outside of it, it moves out. Bingo, it's working perfectly. The same way, what I need to do, if I check over here, if I'm moving it, see that icon is rotating a little bit. So for that, what I need to do, I need to write some styles. So that menu target, after this or before this, the menu target dot style dot transform equals, we need to, where's Chevron, where are you? Oh, okay, we need to rotate it. So we need to rotate that to 180 degree. See, now it's rotating. Okay, but we need to change it back again. Rotate to 0 degree. This will rotate back to 0 degree. Okay, but that transition is not working fine. So what we need to do, we need to add some transitions over here, or where we need to add the transitions. Just a minute, let me find out that. Oh, come on, where are you? Here, copy it. Only when I'm hovering it, I need to change the transition. So hover, transform, oops, transition, transform 0.5 seconds ease. See, now it's working perfect. Okay, so finally we did this perfectly. That did this work. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to make this responsive. So let's bring up the mobile screen. Let's say 500. Here we go. See, it's crushing the search box and everything. So what we need to do, we need to fix it. For that, we need to write the media screen. So let me make it side by side so that we can see it. Okay, so scroll down and write at media screen and max width of 525 pixels. 525 pixels. Open it. So first we need to make the dot container. So because now the container is not taking the 100 pixels, that's why you can see it's pushing it much further inside, because the container length, because now this menu width is 68 pixels now. So we need to calculate it again with calc out of 100%, reduce it 68 pixels from it. Now you can see it's moved further back. Then what we need to do is we need to target the input box which is inside the top container, and we need to make the width as 120 pixels. See, now the width is 120 pixels. Now still it's in the 120 pixels only. So when I'm hovering it, it's need to move much further. So insert 101. it should be top of this profile. That means when I focus this input box, it should expand again. So that for that dot top container dot input box input, I need to make the width again as 320 pixels. So that will makes, okay, not why, oh my god, I need to add the focus effect. That means when only when that input is focused, okay, when I focus it, it should be expanded. Apart from that, it should remain still. But see, it's happening very instantly. So let's add the same transition effects. Copy it and then paste it over here, but this time not transform, this time it's going to have for width. See, now we have this nice transition effect for it, so it's perfectly done. Okay, so next what we need to do, we need to target this. Let me expand it. Now we need to target this bottom container. Okay, so I hope we finished the top container. Yes, we finished the top container. So let me open the bottom container. So just give me a minute. Let me open the coding over here in my next screen. Okay, so now we finished this top container, so we don't need to worry about this anymore. And here I need to create one more container called main container.js, and then I'll create, let me give me a minute, I'll close all these things. I need to open that file. Where it is, come on, find it, find it, find it. Main container, where are you? Main container, here it is. I'm sorry, I need to, it's taking much long time to select that file from this bunch of folders. So I'm opening it in my another screen so I can see that coding. Okay, so now we need to create a main container, and we need to create a more file called main container.css, because this is going to be a very big file, so we'll make it as a separate CSS instead of writing everything in the container itself. So I'll close it and let me import it. So first let me create it, then I'll import it over here, main container. So close it. Now it's imported. Then now we don't need to worry about the container.js. We'll close it. Okay, if you have a look at it, this main container, see what's happening. We're having two divisions, right? 1 and 2. So we can break this one as one division and this one as another one division, left and right. Inside the left you have two divisions, inside the right you have two divisions. Like that we can break it. Okay, so let's create the main container now. Class name, it's going to be main container, like that. As I said, inside this it's going to have two divisions, left and right. So don't worry about the left and right now, we'll worry about it later. Let's import that main container.css /main container.css. Make sure they spell everything is correct. Main container.css. Yep, that's perfect. So then what we need to do, we need to write these styles. What we have, first we need to target the main container. Copy it and paste it, .main container. Okay, so here first we need to do with 100%. It should take the width 100%. Then what we need to do, we need to calculate the height. It should calculate it height. So calc what we are going to calculate, we need to remove this height. From this height we need to add it. So I hope this, what is it taking, what is the maximum height it's taking, this top container, 45 pixels. So if you have a look at it, see it's showing 100 and 300 1300 pixels wide and 45 pixels height. So we are going to take the 45 pixels. So 100% minus 45 pixels. Then we can say background hash 444. See, here we go. We have this nice box. Inside this we are going to have that perfect little two containers. Okay, so let me remove it now. We don't need this box anymore. And inside this, as I said, we are going to have two divisions in as just like a same row, so we need to make it as a display flux. Then from the padding we need to move it for the bottom, so padding top 15 pixels. So content, whatever it is, it will start from here. Okay, now our main container is done. So now let's focus on in the left section now, left and right section. So dot main container dot left, it's going to take how much percentage we are going to take. So width, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Calculate the width. That means out of 100%, take 70% of the width. We need to take it. Okay, so for initially I'm just giving height as let's say 200 pixels, because we need to see how it's affected. That's why. Background as let's say I'm giving red, and let's copy this and paste it. Instead of red, let's give white. So here we already taken 70%, so remaining we having 30%, so minus 70. And this it's going to be blue. Let's see. See, we have the perfectly divided division. This is for left for this one, and this is for this one. Okay, so now let's remove this. We don't need to have this background color, and we don't need to have this height. Remove it over here also, because height it's adjusted automatically. So what we need to do is, if you see here, when I'm scrolling it, it's scrolling. That means the overflow y axis, it should be scrolled, not in x axis. So for left overflow y is going to be scroll. And let's copy that transition effects from our container. Where is the transitions? So copy this transitions and give it for the left. For all objects, it should have the exact same transitions. Okay, then what we can do next. So left. Okay, so it's be having this awkward little bit scroll bar. We need to remove that scroll bar. So what I'll do, left colon WebKit scroll bar display none. So now we don't have that scroll bar anymore. Our problem solved. After this, what we need to do, we need to target one by one layer which is inside it. So first we'll target this banner. Okay, so we'll target this banner and we will move on to the remaining sections. Okay, so first what we need to do, we need to create that banner effect inside the main container. Inside the left section, first important thing is your banner. So dot banner. Inside this banner you can say we having the text container, dot text container. So we'll worry about the text everything later. Whatever the text we're having inside, we'll worry about it later. So first we need to have that. We'll write some styles for this. Dot main container dot left dot banner. For this, what we need to do is first let's fix the height. It's going to be 260 pixels. Okay, so I'm just going to give an height because I'm going to load the image. This is an image. I'm going to load this image as a background image of that division. So I'm going to write an embedded styles for this banner. So enter here, style equals, it's an object, again an object. Okay, we need to pass an object inside the style object. So background, we need to pass the URL of that image, that banner image. If you check in our image, we having, what is that banner image I'm having for it? One. Yeah, that's a one. So I need to import it first. So import banner from /img/1 dot, what is it, 1.jpg. There we go. So background colon string literals, that means the backtick, that's a string literals. Inside it I'm going to pass that URL, and inside this URL bracket I'll open the $sign and I'll open the bracket sign and I give the banner. So we need to pass this object inside it. That's why we are using string literals. If you're using single quotes, it will not work. This is backtick. These two are backtick, string literals. Now we have that image over here. So I already fixed the height as 260 pixels. That's why it's showing like this. So we need to make that image perfectly visible. After this URL, after it comma, enter. Okay, I'll enter here, also give an enter over here. And then now what we need to do, we don't need to repeat this image. So background repeat colon no repeat, then background position, that's going to be center position, small case. It's everything is, it's a camel case. It's in, because it's a JavaScript object, not a normal CSS. So then background size colon, it's going to be cover. Okay, now you can see it's having that perfect images and everything. Okay, our image is perfectly visible now. Let me go to our main container.cs and now let's strike that CSS. Okay, so now what we need to do is, I need to make that border. Why it's not showing? Oh, because semicolon is missing. Border radius is like 0.5 eminent points. Yeah, now we have this nice border effects. Okay, then box shadow effect, 0 pixels, 20 pixels, RGBA 0.4. Now that will have a nice shadow effect. After that, position as a relative position, because the text container which is going to be inside, it's going to be an absolute position. Okay, now let's write the styles for the text container. Let's see what we have. We're having one very big text, and we're having another one, and one paragraph, and two more divisions. Okay, let's create it. So first, what we're having a very big text. So let's go with h1. Let's say round half. Then what we're having, another one big text. So h2 1.5 ETH something. Then what we're having, one paragraph tag, uploaded by Alexander Vernoff. Then what we having, we have a division. Inside this division we having two sections. So let's say dot bid, that's a division, and inside that we having one button, a hash, and that is going to have a class called button1 and hash. and that is going to have bid now. Bid now. You can see in this entire website we having only two kinds of buttons, this one and this one. Okay, so I'll create a common class for it, so button 1 and button 2, and we keep it in the index.js instead of keeping it in the main container. Then we can use it for every single component. Then after this we having the paragraph ending in. If you see, it's in a different color, so that should be inside a span tag, and that's going to be today colon 15 hour colon 20 minute. Save the changes and let's see. It looks like this. Oh my god. Okay, now let's target our h1 tag and we'll write one by one. Copy this. Dot banner dot text container. Copy it. Open it. First we'll make this position as an absolute. Okay, I need to move to the right side, not very close, so 20 pixels. Now it's in top. I need to bring it bottom, so bottom not very close, 20 pixels, like this. Okay, then we need to target the h1 tag. Copy it, h1 tag, and that h1 tag, it's going to be how much this one looks. Okay, let's write font size as 3.5 eminent points. I think this is close enough, right? Yeah, that's close enough. And color, let's say hash f1 f1 f1. There we go. That's looking much better. And let's see, font weight 700, 800. That's too big. 700 is much better. Then let's say margin, top and bottom we can say 5 pixels and 0, and later we can add for these things also margin, so that we can adjust it perfectly. Okay, now h1 is done. Now we need to target the h2 only, right? Yeah, h2. Then we need to write the styles for the h2. It's like font size is, let's say 2.5 eminent points. I think this is perfect. And color we can say hash B1147D, like this. This is perfect. Then what we need to do is we need to add some margin for this one also, 5 pixels here, top and bottom 5 pixels. That looks good enough. Then we need to target the paragraph which is inside it. Paragraph. So paragraph is going to use hash f1 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 as a color code, like this. Okay, then what we need to do, font size is an 18 pixels, font size 18 pixels, then margin 5 pixels 0. Perfect. Then what we need to do is we need to target that bid dot bid. They are in a separate row, but here they are in a single row, so let's bring it as a single row. Display flex. Now they are in a single row, and justify content. Now we don't need to make it justify content. Align item centers, and margin, let's say 5 pixels and 0 pixel. Now we have the space equally divided. So then what we need to do is we just need to write the styles for this particular button one. So I'll open up the index.css and I write the styles over there. Dot button one. So this button one I need to open, just a minute. Let me open the index.js in this screen so that I can. Oh my god. just a second. Where is that index dot css? Here it is. So this first we need to remove this text decoration. So text decoration none. Then what we need to do, we need to increase the font size. So font size, let's say 14 pixels. Is it working? 14 pixels. Then let's say color hash triple F. It's changed. Then font weight, it's going to be 600. Yeah, that's perfect. After this, what we need to do is we need to add some background color. So background, let's say linear gradient and hash ff21 bc comma hash b21783, like that. And padding, let's say 5 pixels in top and bottom, left and right 15 pixels. Come on. Why it's not working? Oh my goodness. Padding. Now it's working. Then what we need to do is border radius 0.5 eminent points. That's perfect. Then text transform to uppercase. Perfect. After this, what we need to do, we need to add some shadow effects inside shadow effects. See, here we're having that little white glowing area, right? We need to add that. So box shadow inset 2 pixels 2 pixels 2 pixels RGBA 255 255 255 white color 0.4 comma. Then again inset minus 5 pixels minus 10 pixels minus 10 pixels hash B1147D, not B, D. Save the changes. Here we go. Now we having that nice inner shadow effects. Okay, then after this what we need to do, margin right of that thing I need 10 pixel space. Then cursor, it should be always pointer. Perfect. Now we can target, let me close this. Now we can target the next one, which is inside that bit section. What is it? That your paragraph tag, open it. So this paragraph tag, it's going to be like, what is it going to be? It's going to be from the margin left of that, I'm going to move it 10 pixels. Okay, that space is enough, I think so. Then inside this paragraph tag I'm having the span tag. Why? I need to bring this span tag to the next line and I need to change its color. So target the span tag, that should be block. Block means it should take the complete space of it, so it will automatically comes to the next line. Then I'll change the color. Let's say hash B1147D. Font weight 600. It's perfect now. Okay, now we having this exactly the same text container as it is over here. Then we need to focus on this one next. That's our next problem. Okay, so now inside this left, this is the left, inside this left we are going to create the next one. What we are going to create, we are going to create the cards. That's our next main content. So I'm going to name this complete section as a card, main cards, where the left section is going to finish over here. So right after this banner section, banner is finishing over here. So right after this banner section, I need to create the cards. So dot cards, and inside these cards, what we having the complete filters. So dot filters. Inside these filters, we having two different filters. So one, let's say popular, that's the first one, and another one, let's say filter buttons or something. So dot filter underscore buttons. Now inside this popular, what are the inside the things we have? We having two things. One is normal paragraph tag or h2 tag, that's feed, and two, it's an anchor tag with the second style of button, so button 2 hash. What is the thing inside this? That's going to be popular. Okay, let's fix this, then we'll go for the remaining sections. We're having this. So now let's copy these cards, and then right after here, let's say this is for cards dot main container dot left dot cards. What's the spelling for it? Dot cards. Copy it, paste it over here. So then what we need to do is we need to write the styles for the cards. So for cards, we can say background color first, background color 1916 to see. It's having this nice background effect. Then padding, oh come on, padding 10 pixels. Now we having that padding effect, and we need to move it a little bit from the top, so margin top 20 pixels. I think this page is enough. And border radius 0.5 eminent points, that's perfect. Then we need to add the box shadow 0 pixels, 0 pixels, 20 pixels, RGBA. Now that creates the nice shadow effect. Then what we need to do is we just need to move on to the next thing, which is inside the cards. Copy this, what is inside this first thing? Filters dot filters. This should make everything single row, so display flex. Okay, that will make every section inside it, and then align the items center, and vertically when it comes to justify the content, we can make the space between. So you have two sections here, they should divide the space between them perfectly. Okay, and you can see from the outside edge, you can see they having some space. So let's say padding 5 pixels, 30 pixels, that's perfect. Okay, then what we can do, we can target the popular section now. Copy it, and then dot main container dot left dot cards dot filters dot popular. Okay, so now we can see display flex, that's also, now they will be in the straight line. Align the item in the center, that they will meet in a perfectly center positions. Then we can target the h2 element, which is inside the popular h2. So this h2, it's going to take the font size, let's say 20 pixel, I think so, that's enough. and font weight, let's say bold, and the color of the text is going to be D1CFT4, like this. Then we can say margin right of it 10 pixels. Perfect. Now we can write the styles for the button 2. Okay, button 2. So I'll open up the index.css and I write the styles for this button 2. Where is that button 2? Copy this button 2 and then write the styles for the button 2. Text decoration none. Font size, let's say 14 pixels. Okay, and font weight, let's say bold, and the color not columns, color is equals hash D1 D0 D5. That's it. After this, border, let's say 2 pixels solid, hash 443B78. Like this, we have the nice border effect, and then border radius 0.5 eminent points. That's good. Now we need to add some padding efforts. So padding, let's say 5 pixels in the top and 15 pixels in the left and right. I think this is enough. Then I need to add some margin 0 pixels top and bottom, left and right 5 pixels. I think this is perfect, which is pretty close enough to this. Yes, it's perfect. Okay, so now we don't need this anymore. Close it. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to target the remaining filters which is inside here, just like this. So inside this filter buttons, what we having? So the first one is, it's going to be button. So anchor tag a dot button 1, and that's going to be all. And these are all going to be, hold your control key and click all the 3 and delete it and change it to 2 instantly. Then change this all to illustration, then change this to art, then change this to games. Save the changes and let's see here we go. That's why I ask you to keep that styles in the index.css. Okay, and that's why we can use those things over here, everywhere. Here we go. So we finished this filter section. Now we need to concentrate on this card item, each and every card item inside that main section. So let's say this is, we make it as a filters and we'll make this one as a main section, where it is this division, where is the filter is finished. Filter is finished right after here. Okay, so I need to make it as a main. Inside this I'm going to create a main card, that's a card main or anything. So I'll create a new component, card main.js RFC. So this card main, it's going to have 3 important properties. What are the 3 important properties? One is that's image as a prop, and the card name, and the hearts. Okay, so here it's having same, so but we can change the value. So this hearts and this name and this icon, it's going to be the prop. So what we are going to do, card main, so that gets imported, I think so. Yeah, card main is gets imported. So first let's bring up all the images which is needed for this card. So for that I already named the as one card 1 2 3 4 5 6, like 5 to 6 cards. So let's import them. Import card 1 from /img slash card 1 .jpg. Let's make sure how it looks. Card 1 .jpg, card 2 jpg, 3 4 5, everything is a jpg only. So copy it, paste it 4 5 6. So use your alt key and click it here. So this is going to be 2 3 4 5 and 6. We changed everything. Okay, so now we imported everything. So next what we need to do is we need to pass a prop inside over here. So first image src equals card1. Then what we can do, we can say title equals cubic thunder. Then hearts, how many hearts? It's equals 65. Okay, so what happened? Card1 C capital, that's why it's showing warning. Okay, so now let's bring up that prop over here. Let's destructure it. Image source, first prop, second one title, third one is the hearts. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to open that. Let me open that card main.js, just a moment. Okay, so now what we need to do is first we name this division as a card main dot card, oops, not dot card, class name equals card underscore main. Save the changes. Inside this card underscore main, what we are going to have, first we need to bring up this image, then we need to bring up the title and all those things. So I'll make it as an image. Let me add this source later, and first I need to bring up the name. So dot card underscore name, it's going to be inside this name section. We having two informations, one is name and another one is icon section. Okay, let's say main underscore name. Here we having h2, and that's going to display the title prop. Then we are going to have the icon division. So card underscore icon, inside it we are going to have that icon. We need to display the, we need to break up the heart icon. Inside this heart icon we need to display the icon, and we are going to have that span. So let me bring up it first. So let me search for heart. Not this one, where is the font? Awesome or bootstrap. Okay, we can go for bootstrap icons. Search for heart. Where are you, heart? Okay, this is that. Heart fill. Okay, we need to bring up that copy this first and paste it here, and then now search for it. Where are you? Here it is, and paste it here one more time, close it. After this we need to have that span tag, and here I need to display that hearts. how many hearts, and let's see if we have anything. Here we go, we have that cubic thunder and we have that hearts and everything, so it's displaying that. So after this, what we're having the stats. So let's bring the stats. What is that? This card name section. After this name section, we're having the stats section. Stats. Inside the stats, what we're having two paragraphs. We can say two division, or we can say two paragraph. We can say two paragraph tag, and let's say current bit and span. So I'm just giving this one as a static information only. Later if you want to add as a different information, you can change it. And it's ending in 1 day colon 12 hour colon 10 minutes. Okay, I need to give this button after this. Okay, after this stats division, then button dot card underscore button, and we having anchor tag how it's looking, this one and this one, a dot button 1 hash. Inside this is going to be place a bit, and copy this, paste it, and change this to button 2, and this is going to be history. Save the changes. Okay, it's done. Let's see how it looks. Here we go, we have everything over here. So now let's write some styles for this cards. Copy this, and we need to write the styles for it. So first we need to target that main sections which is inside this cards. So we need to write the styles for the main section. So right after here, dot main container dot left dot cards dot card main. So that it's going to display every single card in a single row. So display flex. Then justify the content space between them. They should divide the space between them. Then align the items in the center. Okay, so this, it looks awkward. Why it's coming like this? I return the styles for card. Oh my goodness, not card main. We need to write the styles for this main, then only we need to write the styles for that main tag. First we need to write the styles for this main tag, then only we need to write the styles for each and every card item inside it. Now copy it, and now we need to write the styles for this card main dot card main, and this card main is going to use the background as hash 252041. See, we have that nice background effect for it. Then what we need to do, border radius as 0.5 em. We're having the nice box. Then it should overflow always hidden, so we should not have the overflow. Then I'm just going to max width. The maximum width of this box, it's going to be 260 pixels, not 360, 260. Okay, 260 pixels. Then what I'm going to do, padding bottom. From the bottom I'm going to increase the padding, so 20 pixels, so it will not hidden anymore. And margin 15 pixels top and bottom, 10 pixels in left and right. Now we have this nice thing. Okay, so we need to bring up this image. So I'm going to fix the width for this image, and that width can grow maximum up to 260 pixels. So inside this card main, I'm having an image tag, and that image tag is nothing but, we don't give it any source for it, and that is going to be image SRC. This one. Now we can see that it's growing a very big, it can't grow above 260 pixels because we fixed the width but not the height. Okay, so I'm going to take max width as 100%. That can grow up to one, like that, the maximum width of this 260 pixels only. Then object fit cover. Now we can see we have that perfect shape for the card, and we have the nice image just like over here. Okay, then we just need to fix the remaining thing one by one. Now we fix that image. Next we need to target our name section. Copy this, dot main container dot left dot card main dot card main, and then dot card main name. So here these two things should be in the same row, so that should be display flex. Now they are in the same row. Then what we need to do is we need to align them in the center, align the content, not align items, in center, and justify the content space between. Now they are in the equally sharing their space between them. Then I need to apply the padding 5 pixels, 20 pixels. Oh, not padding bottom, padding. Now they are dividing it. Then what we need to do, from the margin top I need to move 10 pixels down like this. Okay, so then what we need to do, we need to target the h2 tag which is inside this name section. h2 tag, color of it, it's going to be hash E9E9EC. That's better. Then font size should say only 16 pixels. That's perfect. And font weight, it's going to be bold. That's good. Okay, then what we need to do, we need to target this icon which is inside this card menu. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to make it perfectly aligned in the same line in the center location. So I'll make it display flex, justify the content center, align the items in the center. Okay, then inside this we having that icon, right? For that icon I'm just going to make the color as color hash B1147D. Okay, later we can change the color for the span tag, so we can change it. Then text shadow, I'm going to add text shadow, so 3 pixels, 5 pixels, 20 pixels, RGBA. Okay, then font size 12 pixels, like this. After this, inside this icon tag we having that span, so that I can expand it a little bit so we can see them clearly. See, we having the span tag, and this span tag, it's going to be a different color, so you can say that color, let's say hash E9E9EC. See, then we can increase the font size. Font size 16 pixels. That's enough. Font weight bold. and margin left 5 pixels. I think this is perfectly enough. Okay, now let's concentrate this next section. That's our stat. Inside the card main, copy up to card main, and we having the stats. Copy the stats, paste it, and I'm going to divide this stat. Each inside it I'm having 2 paragraphs, so I'm going to divide it into 2 columns. So columns, oh, come on, 2. Now you can see they are divided into 2 different columns, and I'm going to align the text in the center. Text align in the center. Now they are aligned in the center. Then I can see the gap between these 2 columns, it's going to be 1 eminent point. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have some margin. So margin top and bottom 15 pixels, 0 pixels. Perfect. So inside the stats we can see inside the stats we can see this is in a different color and this it's in a different color. So inside the stats we having the paragraph tag. The overall paragraph tag color it's going to be hash ADABB8 like this, and their font size it's going to be 12 pixels, and then font weight is going to be bold. Perfect. So inside this paragraph I'm having the span tag, and they are going to have the display block, so that will take you the next line, and I'm going to have the color as this color, and I'm going to have the font size as 10 pixels. I think so, it's too small. I think 12 pixels itself enough. Okay, and if you notice here you can see that it's having that perfect a center line. So what we can do is, for that I have a solution. For this we have a column rule, like we can say 1 pixels solid, and you can say the color as hash AD, the same color. See, now we have that same light effects. Light, not light effect, line effect. After that, now we need to target our button. Copy this card button, card main. After this, that copy that card button, paste it. They should be in the same line, so display flex, justify the content center, align item center over here, so not center, space between. Now they are like this. We need to move it, let's say padding 5 pixels, 20 pixels. They moved a little bit further, so let's say 15 pixels. I think this is pretty good. So 15 pixels, that's enough. Okay, but I need to reduce their sizes, so I need to create a common class between them. So button and button, I'll copy it. Inside this I'm having a common class called btn. I'll reduce the font size inside it. Font size is 10 pixels hash and make it important. Now you can see their sizes are reduced. Okay, so now all we have to do is just to create, copy this and paste it 6 times. So change this hard size 45, 55, 75, 35, 85 and change this number 2 3 4 5 6 and then change this title Pokemon Ball Pyramid God Stunning Cube Star Crystal Bird. Let's see how it looks. Oops, what's the problem with this? Okay, so why it's happening is because we need to wrap the flex of this main card where it is. Wait, where is that main? Yeah, here it is. So flex wrap. This will solve the solutions. Here we go. So that will wraps and see our overflow. It's automatically adjusted and it's scrolling perfectly. Okay, so now it's working good and everything is aligned perfectly. So let's bring up the right side section, then we can go up for the mobile and tablet view. So we need to bring up the right section now. So we'll target the right section. So I can close this and I can go to the right section now. So inside the right section, what are we having? We're having two component, top and bottom. So let's say main right top.js and let me create main right bottom.js. RFC, save it. RFC, save it, and let me load both of them. Main right top and main right bottom. Make sure that they are linked properly. Main right top, main right bottom. Okay, they linked perfectly. Now let's write the styles for the main right top. What are we having? So if you have a look at over here, so wait a second. Let me bring up the main top card so that I can see in my screen. Okay, so now here what we having a name section and we having this UL tag. That's a normal li tag and UL and li tag only, so we can bring up it easily. So for this I can create a class name called top card. Then we can say top card underscore name, and inside this we having one h2 tag and one anchor tag. h2, let's say statistics, and anchor tag, let's say hash, and you can say view more. Perfect. After this we can say earnings. Inside this earnings we having the paragraph tag. Now what I'm thinking, either we can keep a UL tag or paragraph tag. Okay, let's go with paragraph tag. Inside this paragraph tag we can say art world artwork, sold, and span, how much we sold, 187. Copy it and paste it 3 more times. And artwork cancelled, how much cancelled, 5. And artwork pending, how much works are pending, 25. Artwork delivered, how much it's delivered so far, let's say 200. And let's paste it one more time, and we can say total earnings, and say 262 ETH something. Okay, so that will display the content like this. It looks pretty hard, awkward. We can make it, we can fix it, no issues. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to write these styles first for the right section. Scroll down, where is the right? Here we go. We already have the width. The same way we need to add some padding. For that, 0 pixels and 10 pixels. Now we have this nice padding effect. Then padding left, I'm just moving further inside, like 20 pixels instead of 10 pixels. It will take 20 pixels in the padding left. Okay, and I'm going to copy that same transitions effect which I am already added for the left menu. Copy it and paste it for this over here. Then now we are going to write these styles which is inside the right. Inside the right, what I'm having, top card dot top card. Okay, inside this top card, what I'm going to have, I'm just going to have the background hash 19162C, like this. See, we having this nice background color and border radius 0.5 eminent points. Perfect. And box shadow, it's going to be 0 pixels, 0 pixels, 20 pixels, RGBA. Now we have that nice shadow effect. Okay, and after this, what we need to do, we need to target the name section which is inside the top card name. Okay, and in this it's going to be, first we need to bring it these two in the same line, so display flex, then justify content space between. Here we go. Then align the items in the center. Okay, so that makes perfect. And I can add some padding effect for this. It's a padding 10 pixels and 20 pixels. Here we go. Now the content is perfectly aligned. And now after this, inside this top card, what we're having the earnings. Copy the earnings and paste it dot earnings. And this earnings, it's going to be, you can say, first we'll finish the top card name properly. Top card name, inside this we having the h2 tag, and let's say color hash d1 d0 d5. Here we go. And we having the paragraph tag inside it, sorry, anchor tag, and that's going to be have the color as hash b11, like this. Okay, after this only we need to write the styles for the earnings. So earnings, it should take the width completely, width 100%, not 10%, 100. Perfect. Then let's say padding 5 pixels for top and 10 pixels in the left and right, like little bit inside from the headings. Then we can target the paragraph tag, which is inside the headings. Margin, let's say 8 pixels. Yeah, this is way more than enough. And padding also, I'm adding 10 pixels, right? So I need to, that's more than enough. And display flex, padding, let's make 8 pixels. That's cool. Yeah. And display, then justify content space between. Now they are arranged in the right side. Then font size, let's say 12 pixels, and they should align the items in the center. And the color of the text is going to be #ADV8. Now they are in same color, and the font weight it's going to be bold. Perfect. Then what we need to do, okay, if you see here, for the paragraph tag, the odd child are in different color and the even child are in the different background color. So copy this, colon, nth child of odd, okay, their background color is going to be different, #211D3A. See, now their background colors are in different. Let's add some background border radius dot 5 eminent points. That's good. And box shadow 0 pixels, 20 pixels, RGBA. Here we go. Now we have the exactly same style as it is. And let's think that padding is making some sense. 10 pixels. That looks better now. And now we need to write the last child, the total. Here the total, the span tag is looking different color. So the last child span tag, that should rip font size 14 pixels and color this color. There we go. Okay, so that looks different. Perfect. Now we need to write the styles for this one, the top seller. That means your margin bottom. For the margin, the main bottom card, so this it's going to be the division class bottom right card. Okay, so this it's going to have a card name, right? So dot bottom name. Inside the name we having the h2 top seller, just like this top section, and we having the anchor tag. Inside this anchor tag I'm going to have view more. Okay, so let's fix this now. Bottom right card, so copy this dot bottom right card, open it. So for that, the styles it's going to be bottom card. See, it looks very close to each other, so margin top 15 pixels. Okay, then what we can do is, instead of creating the same styles for this again and again, what I can do is I can copy this and then right after here add comma and add that class. So now you can say they have the same styles. Then the same way do the same thing for the name, because we're having the same style for the name. Copy it and paste it. Not top card, it's going to be bottom right card. Bottom right card, not bottom right card, bottom right name. Yeah, bottom right name. Now you can see they are in the same row. Then copy this and then after here paste it h2. See, now it is in a different color. And the same way after this paste it anchor tag. Here we go. So we made it easily. So the same style and same thing only, so I just added it for that directly there itself. So now we created it easily. So then what we have here, this is a little bit different. So what we need to do is first inside this we need to have division. That means a top seller, these are top sellers, so we having the entire division like a top seller, and inside this top seller division we having one image name and we having the button. So let's say so let's say after this name section like dot top seller, inside this top seller you can say that you're having top seller img image. Inside this you can have that image later, and here I'm going to have dot seller name. We can say paragraph p dot top seller name. Inside this you can have sample name, and you can have a paragraph tag like add sample. After this you're going to have the button, a dot button hash and follow. Let's see how it looks. Button 1. Here we go. This is how it looks. Let's fix it. Copy this top seller, scroll down, bottom right card, copy it, because inside this bottom right card only we are having the top seller. Oops. Copy it and paste it, top seller. So this top seller, it's going to be we can say first we need to bring it in the same line. So display flex, justify content. We don't need the justify content, so align the items in the center. They will align in a perfectly in a vertical, and margin 10 pixels top and bottom, left and right no margin. Then what I need to do, copy this. Inside this first I need to target the seller image dot seller image, and that width is going to be 45 pixels, height is going to be 45 pixels, and background let's say hash 252041. Okay, currently it's showing, and border radius is going to be 50%. You can see that, see. And now after this overflow hidden, not overflow y-axis, overall x and y-axis overflow hidden. After this, inside this, I'm going to have an image tag that should always be 100% width and height, width 100%, height 100%, object fit cover. Save the changes. Okay, so now if I keep some picture, that will be 100%. I'm not going to add the picture because you can see it's a repeated component. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a separate object class JavaScript file. Inside that I'm going to create multiple objects like this image name and everything, and we are going to loop through it. Okay, you will see that's a little bit easy when it's compared to other. So top seller, copy it. Now we need to target the name, top seller name dot top seller name, and font size is going to be 14 pixels, and color it's going to be #A. Yeah, the same color. See, now you can see it, and you can see font weight as bold, and margin left it's going to take 10 pixels. I think that space is enough. Then we need to target the span tag which is inside that paragraph tag. So span tag, that's going to display the block. That's perfect. And font size 12 pixels. I think that's enough. Then top seller dot button, and that button is going to use font size as 10 pixels. That's good. And margin left auto. There we go. That looks perfect, isn't it? Okay, so now let's see how to loop through all these things. So I'm having a different image tags for those things. Okay, if you see over here, we're having seller 1, seller 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're having different images for seller. What I need to do is I just need to create a new JS file. You can say a top seller.js. okay, so top seller.js. So inside that top seller.js, what we need to do is we need to create a new object for the top seller. All you have to do is first you need to import all these images inside it. So import seller 1 from /images/. So I'll copy this and paste it, and copy it and paste it 5 more times, and use your Alt key and click over here, then change the name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's perfect. Then what we need to do, we need to create a const top seller equals array of objects. The first ID is going to be 1, and seller name, it's going to be first name. What is the first name? Jane Cooper. Then username, single quotes, at Jane. And what is the image source? Image src equals, not equals, colon, and not colon. Not, we don't need that single quotes because we are going to sell the entire object, send the entire object, comma, and copy it 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 4 5, and the seller name Ryan McCoy and Teresa Webb and Ralph Edwards. James Bond. James Bond. Nice name. And then Ryan is the username. Teresa. Ralph. James. Seller 2, seller 3, seller 4, oops, seller 5. Save the changes. Okay, and then we need to export it. Export default top seller. Now what I need to do is I need to import this over here. Let me import it. Import top seller. Okay, now it's imported. Now this division here I need to bring up, I need to loop through it. Okay, so I'm conditional rendering top seller. We need to do a conditional render. If the top seller is true, then we need to map through it each and every single element. Map. Okay, so map through it. Inside the map through element, through the map through element, we can target each and every single seller. So seller, enter, and console.log seller. And now if I go to the console page, you can see 5 different objects. See, we are getting 5 different objects. All we have to do is we have to bring this complete division inside of that. Here we go. Now you can see it's displaying those 5 different, but same static information. I need to change it. What I need to do, we don't need this. Instead of this sample name, so when you're mapping through it different time, you will get some unwanted error. See, key, it's asking for unique key. So for that, what you need to do is you need to make sure they are maintaining the unique key. Each division is maintaining the unique key. So seller dot id. Now that will, you don't find that error. And here seller dot seller name, if you check, see, we don't have that error anymore. Previously it was showing that, but now it's not showing that error. You don't worry about these things because for the anchor tag we are not given a specific valid URL. That's why it's showing this warning. Okay, and here also we need to do the conditional rendering. So add this question mark. That will make the conditional render. Even if it is not there, it will handle it perfectly. That's why. And instead of this username, seller dot username, and for the image source, inside image, seller dot image source. Save the changes. Here we go. Bingo. So now we have ourselves that perfect desktop view. So finally we finish the desktop view. So now what we need to do is we just need to convert this desktop view into the mobile view and the tablet screen. So first let's write the style for the mobile screen. Then we can write the styles for the tablet screen. So let me just give me a moment. Let me open up the CSS files so that I can see them and we can start writing these styles. Container.css, main menu we already done, so we need to write the styles for our container.css. We need to write the container.css at media screen. Okay, so at media screen, now if I am making it right side and keep it in the left side and inspect elements and make it mobile screen, and yeah, 500, that's perfect. See, it looks how awkward it is. So what we need to do is, let me close this one, this one, leave it open, that, and scroll down and find out the container.css and here. Okay, so for this container.css, I think so we already done. Now for the main container only we need to write. Okay, so at media screen and max width, and this should be inside a bracket, max width, come on, colon 525 pixels. When it's inside this range of pixel, that means 0 to 525 pixels, dot main container, that should be, it should take the flex direction as the column. Now we're having that flex direction as the column. Okay, but you can see that instantly once I given this flex direction as a column, you can see what's the problem is happening. Main container is this. Once I given it, see the left section is entirely gone. Why? Why it's happening like this? Main container, and let's say height as auto. Yeah, see, now this problem is solved. Once I given height as auto, it's changed. If I don't give this, what happened? Oh, this, no, that's the problem. If I don't give this, see, you can't see that, so you need to make that height as auto. Now you can see that, but still it's not scrollable. That's because, why? It's because if you go to the app, we make that overflow as hidden, so now you can see that you can scroll it. So what I need to do is, I just keep on closing that thing. Okay, so first we'll fix this width issues and all those things, then we can go for it. So dot main container dot left, that should be take the width as 100%. Okay, so now you can see that it's taking the width as 100%, and the problem is coming from your app.css. Okay, so what I need to do is, I need to write the styles for the app.css. So just a minute, let me open the app.css. So inside the app.css, you need to write the styles. So if I open the app.css, here you can see the overflow is hidden. What I need to do is, I need to write at media screen, and the max width, it's going to be 525 pixels. Open it, and dot app. In this app, so I need to block the x-axis but not the y-axis, so overflow x, it should be hidden as usual, and but overflow y, that should be scroll. Now we can see that it can be scrolled, and the height, it still follows. Okay, but sometimes if it is if it is happening, it will display the scroll bar, so I don't want to display the scroll bar also, so I'm making WebKit scroll bar display for safety purpose, so I'm just making a display for that scroll bar as a none. Sorry. After this, what we need to do, we need to target the left section. See, if you open the left section, their width still is not that much good. Before that, we don't need this. We need to reduce this height of this h1 tag a little bit. So dot main container dot left dot banner and dot text container dot h1. This font size, we can say 2.5 eminent points. Not dot h1, that's why it's not working. h1, see, now it's reduced. And now copy this again, and if you want to write the styles for this h2 tag, and let's say 1 eminent point. Oh my god, font size 1 eminent point. Where it is, copy it, and paste it. That's what I written. h2 font size 1.1 eminent points. Okay, so the rest everything is fine. And now what we can do, we can target this card. Okay, so before that, I don't want this filter button, so I need to remove that filter button. So dot main container dot left dot cards dot filters dot filter buttons. Where is the main container? Filter buttons, copy it, paste it, display none. Come on, why it's not happening? Yes, it's gone now, and now it's, see, now it's right, it's working. So 1.2, it's too small. 1.4, 1.5, okay, 1.5, that's good. 1.75, that's much better. So now we don't have this that filters. And after this, what we need to do is, inside these cards, we have the main section. Inside the main section, we having the card main, and that we can say maximum width for that is going to be 325 pixels. Okay, that's perfect. and we can say 350 pixels. Yeah, this is perfect. See, 350 pixels, that's perfect. And after that, what we need to do, if you scroll down, you can see this. So copy this white section with 100 percentage. Now their width is 100 percentage. Then we can say padding as unset. You can see their width now, they are in perfect. Then margin top 20 pixels. Now see, they are equal. Okay, and the problem is, you can see this menu, it's keep on coming along with this. So what you need to do is open the menu.css, and it should be sticky. When I'm scrolling down, it should follows me instead of keeping fixed. So see the problem, if I'm keeping it as the fixed position as a fixed one, see what's happening, it's overlapping, it's entirely messing up the alignments. So instead of doing that, I'm making as a sticky. So once it reaches the top 0 pixels, it should follows me. See, now the problem is solved. If I don't give this, it will moves up. Only if I give this, it will follows me all the way down. Okay, now because this is sticky, that means once it hits the top position, it will keeps on follows us. Okay, so now it's working perfectly as good. It's opening, and if I click outside, it's moving out, and it's completely responsive. And in the same way, if I am making it to, what happen if I'm making 900 pixels? See, it's looking odd. If I'm making the tablet screen, that's looking way odd. We need to make it much better. Okay, so for that, what we need to do, 930 pixels. So what I need to do for that, I need to write at media screen in between range. That means from 525 pixels to 950 pixels. So after this one, I need to write at media screen, and okay, at, that means minimum width. That minimum width should be 525 pixels, and maximum width come on, maximum width should be 950 pixels. In that range, my main container should be the height. The height should be calc 100 percentage minus 25 pixels. Okay, now it's perfectly all right. And then dot main container dot left width calculate 100 percentage minus 30 percentage as usual. Then for right, here 70 percentage. Oops, not left, right. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, right. After, I think this is, let's make it 40 and 60. 35, 65. This is way better. 60, 30. It's like, wait a second. Okay, let's leave it as it is. Then let's move on to the main container card section. Card main, copy this and paste it here. Open it, because see, what's the problem with this? We need to fix this. Max width is 230 pixels, and we need to reduce the margin effect because we applied too much of margin for it. Margin 20 pixels top and bottom, 5 pixels left and right. Now you can see we're having the card perfectly inside here, and we need to fix this filters. What we need to do is copy this, and right after here we'll make the padding as 0. Now they are perfectly in the center position. Then what we can do is send and for this earning sections also we can remove the copy this earnings, paste it, padding 0. Now the padding is removed for that. And for this we need to reduce the top seller image. Top seller's image width, copy it, paste it, width 30 pixels, height 30 pixels. Now it's reduced, and you can see all these images perfectly over here. And here we go, we made the complete responsive dashboard. If you open the desktop view, this is how it looks in the desktop view, and this is how it looks in the tablet view, and this is how it looks in the mobile screen. Perfect. So now we successfully created this awesome dashboard. So what we need to do, we just need to finally push this project to the live. So let's open the Firebase. Firebase, search for firebase.google.com, and you can use your Gmail account to sign in, and click go to console. And here I'm going to create a new project. So let me create a new project. So YouTube Marketplace dashboard. Okay, YouTube Marketplace dashboard. I disable this Google Analytics for this project. If you are creating a live project for yourself, then you need to enable it. So let me create it. So this might take a while. So in the meanwhile, what you need to do is you need to open up your project folder in the terminal or a command prompt, or here you can use that integrated terminal window. Okay, so keep it opened and click continue. So now we are inside this hosting. So what you need to do is you need to click over here. Here lots of functionalities and all those things are there, because we are not going to use the Firebase database or anything. We are not going to connect any real-time database with this. So click at this and create a new app. So let's say Marketplace dashboard. Register the app. Okay, So if you are using the Firebase for the first time, you need to install this npm install Firebase, but I already have these all the setups and everything. So if you don't have, copy this and install it. You need to install it, otherwise it will not work, because we are going to use the Firebase CLI and the Firebase tools should be installed in your project. So copy it and install it. So let me close this and I'll go to so now if I click this, click here, and here you can see all those configurations of your Firebase. You just need to go to settings or project overview, you can see all those things. Okay, so first here what I need to do is, so if I click hosting and click get started, okay, so here you need to have this tools should be installed in your local machine globally. So copy this command and install it in your local machine. So this is the command line interface so that you can host your deploy your project by using Firebase tools. So click next and then you should log in with your Firebase. So once you click login, I already logged in, but anyway I'm logging it again. So this might take a while, like maybe a minute or 2 minutes. So I already logged in with my Gmail account. If you're logging it, it will takes you to your Gmail and it's ask you to allow to sign in. Click allow and sign in. I already signed in. Once it's done, navigate to your project folder, then paste it and start initializing the project Firebase in it. So are you ready to proceed? Yes. And you need to choose this option, hosting configure files Firebase hosting optionally. Press spacebar to select it, enter, and spacebar to select use an existing project, enter, and scroll down and find out our project where it is. This one, YouTube marketplace dashboard. This is what I created now. So press enter. And what is the public directory? Okay, because we don't have, here we having the public directory, but we should not use this public directory. We later will build our project, we'll run the build script to build our project. So our public directory, it's going to be the build directory. Okay, build. So before going over here, what you need to do is okay, we'll finish this one, then I'll show you. So make sure build build and press enter, and you want to rewrite all the URLs to index.html. Yes. And setup, nope. So initialization is done. So currently it's created that build directly, but only one index.html. So what we are going to do is we need to run the script called npm run build. So this will start building your project, and it will create and it will wrap it up all the scripts files and everything. It will gives you the minimized script files, and it will compiled, and it will gives you the complete minimized script file of your React project. So this might take a while, so sit tight and until it gets completed. So it's started to build the production. Let's see how long it takes. So we are at the final stage of this course. We are going to publish our project, and let's see how it's going to be looks like. Come on, come on, come on. It's creating. So usually it will takes around, for first time it will takes around for creating like 2 to 3 minutes, but once you build it, like after, if you're making some changes, if you're running it, it doesn't take this much time. In a fraction of a second it will finish the build process, but for first time it will take a while. So sit patient until it gets created. It's loading. Yep, it's done. Finally it's done. And if you open the build, now we can see that static folders and all the things, it's finally pushed over here. And now what we need to do is we need to deploy it. So Firebase Deploy. Okay, if you go here, if you click next, that's the next command. Copy it and paste it and press enter. So that will deploys your file into that, it will deploy that complete build folder into your Firebase project. So it's uploading all the 33 folders and files, everything it's uploaded, and this is our live link. So copy it and then paste it over here and press enter, and here we go. This is our live project, and which is completely responsive, and we successfully created a React project, a complete fully functional dashboard, and it's responsive, and we hosted it in the Firebase. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to my channel. If you're having any doubts, just let me know in the comment box. I'll help you there, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, take care.